So, if I were ever asked what my favorite picture of the Earth is, I'd have to default to this one, which is known as the pale blue dot. And it was taken by one of the Voyagers, I can never remember which. It is literally a pale blue dot in the upper right of the image. That red streak that the Earth appears to be precipitously located in is actually an image artifact. It's not astronomical in any way. But the sheer majesty of it, coupled with Sagan's quotation, which is on the poster as well, is just awe-inspiring to me. Reason why I'm making this video is because it occurred to me, or it's occurred to me a few times, that when talking to flat earthers or young earth creationists, one of the responses I get is, if you believe that the earth is flat, or if you don't believe the earth is flat, or if you don't believe the Bible is actually literally correct and the earth is 4,000 or 5,000 years old or whatever, then we are just an insignificant species living on a speck of dust, hurtling through a vast emptiness with no purpose or significance. And that I've always rejected. And there's a few things to unpack there. First thing is, let's assume that we are the only life in existence, that the Earth is the only ball upon which life of any form exists, besides maybe the bacteria that our robots sent over to Mars. Let's assume that. Let's also assume that astronomers have it correct, and that the volume of the universe is billions upon billions of light years. That volume, the size of the universe, is almost as incomprehensible as the divine itself. And to think that the only life in that immense volume is located on our planet, I don't know if you could get a better definition of significance if you tried. The fact that we are it in the entirety of the universe. The forces of creation created that entire space, and just us in it. Now, ironically, that's one of the reasons why I reject the idea that we are it, because I reject human egocentrism in any form I find it. But there's also the purpose angle of it. For me, my purpose is to live as Christ-like an existence as I possibly can. That's not dependent on the shape of the earth that I find myself on, the absence of life outside the earth, or really the existence of a divine. That's the purpose I've set for myself, is to live that kind of moral life. Obviously, I don't live up to it, but that is my purpose. And it is not dependent on science or the observations that I see around me. Something you might not know about Rob World, but in Rob World, the Aliens trilogy is one of the best examples of the horror genre crossing with various other genres. Hashtag Joss Whedon sucks.